Hello, everyone.
And welcome back to another YouTube video, Sisterly Conversation. And our topic for today is the importance of rest. So I'm going to let Shanita start since she loves to rest.
What type of shit is this? Anywho, well, what I will say about the importance of rest is that it is very, very important. And funny enough, Tony says I love to rest, but I don't get enough rest. And that is because I am actually not a night sleeper. I find no matter how tired I am, I find I just can't sleep at night. Maybe I know my mom said that when I was a baby, I was always up at night, and I think that followed me throughout my entire life. I always find myself being up at night. I tend to somewhat rest throughout the day at times if I can, but um, yeah, like I think it's super important though to get your night rest, and I've been trying to practice it. Though sometimes I even go in my bed and just like lay down with nothing, but then sometimes I just can't sleep. But I guess it's been getting a little bit better now because with work and school, I find that I'm really like busy, and I think that that helps me to become more tired when that time comes for nighttime. Still not sleeping at the time I should though. But anyway, that's just a off topic there. But um, what I would say though, what I wanted to talk about in terms of this topic is I find first and foremost when people are working, I'll start there. I think it is super important to have a rest day or two. You know, whether it is that you're resting on the weekend, Saturday or Sunday, or whether it is that you're resting maybe 2 days during the week or something like that, I think it is super important to rest from work. I hear people say, "Oh, they're working 7 days a week," and I'm like, "What?" Or some people say they're working like 2 and 3 jobs or whatever. And I know they're doing it because of financial obligations, but what happens is you end up burning out. And when your body says I'm done, it means I'm done. Like sometimes you just end up getting so sick that you can't even move, you can't go to work, you can't do nothing. And that's your body's way of saying I've had enough. I need rest. And so when God created this world, we're Christians, so I'm going to talk about my Heavenly Father. When God created this world, He created it in 6 days, and He rested on the seventh day. And He rested on the seventh day to show us the importance of rest, how we would need to rest so that our bodies can rejuvenate and go again. And we are not robots, so you have to, going. Even say we're not robots. You know that even at times robots break down. Even like at times the computer, you're using computer all the time. You have to update it, you have to restart it, you have to shut it down because it needs rest. If not, it's gonna start acting up, moving slow, malfunctioning, getting viruses, all types of stuff. So, and that's a machine, right? So it's important. It just shows how important it is to take a break. Sometimes, unfortunately, people continue to go, and then like I said before, their bodies take a break, but then it ends up being a permanent break, and it's very unfortunate. But this is very important. Sometimes you'll see people not being sick, and you're like, what happened to them? Well, they weren't even sick, but sometimes it's just that their bodies couldn't take it anymore because they were going without even a little peep of a rest. At the end of the day, yes, success is important. Yes, accomplishing your goals is important. Yes, you know, working hard is important, but you also have to give your body a break. When it comes also to taking a vacation or taking sick days or mental sick days, whatever, that is super important as well. But I'll let Tony continue on from here.
Yes, Shanita hit the nail on several heads just now. I was actually going to start off by saying that, but biblically, God did speak about rest, and that's why the fourth commandment says to remember the Sabbath day to keep it holy, and it's the only commandment that starts with the word remember, meaning He doesn't want us to forget. Um, I know of many stories where people would have overworked and they would have like not taken sick leave and they died on the job. You understand? Like, I believe in vacation days. I believe in calling in sick once in a while. I believe in having mental health days because at the end of the day, if we continue to let our bodies keep going, we're going, the body's going to shut down on its own and you can't do anything about it. You know, many people would have burned out themselves over jobs, over family, all kind of thing. But at the end of the day, this is always my motto. I am here now, right? But there's a moment that I'm not going to be here and the work is going to still go on. So for me, and I said, well, yes, call that. I always say to myself, like, if I'm not here today, I'm not coming. Like, if I'm not feeling well or I just feeling a little down or whatever, I call in. Because at the end of the day, sometimes you gotta just rejuvenate and just like take a little breather. It's not every day that you're gonna constantly be going. I always heard a lady tell me, "Oh, you have 5 fingers and each finger looks different. So every day is not gonna be the same, it's gonna be different. You know, I'm not saying to call in sick religiously because, you just didn't want to feel like going where. I'm not saying that at all. I'm saying is take a break. There's some things that you might work like for me, if I gotta work like maybe 3 12-hour shifts and then they ask me to do like a fourth one, I would say absolutely not. Yeah, you want a little money for a little overtime, but money isn't all to it. Because you gotta know your body too. It's very important to know your body. And being well, let me tell you something. If a nurse sick, if a teacher sick, if a firefighter sick, and somebody is ill or whatever, or get caught up in a tree or whatever, guess what? I'm sick. I can't help you. So I gotta be well so that I can help you. So that's just my little rant on that.
Yeah, and Tony said something about if you're sick, you calling sick, and sometimes when you think of sick days, people think of like you have to be physically sick in terms of like having the cold, the flu, or whatever else. But no, sometimes you might just need a break, and this is something that should definitely be pushed for workplaces or should be provided at workplaces where if you it comes under the theme of wellness, and if you feel like your body just needs to take a break, you might not necessarily be physically sick, you might not even be necessarily mentally sick or unwell, but sometimes you might just need to rejuvenate, take a breather, take a day for yourself just to relax, just to get your mind straight, just to, breathe, just to maybe whatever it is, so that you can be your better self for work the next day. And as Tony also mentioned, when you're dealing, especially when you're dealing with people, like as a nurse or as a teacher, or whatever, you want to make sure you're your best self so that you can give them the best care that you can possibly give them, and the only way you can do that is if you get your rest.
Correct.
Right now there's a situation going on in our country where the what do you call those people, the air control trafficker traffic,
Air traffic
whatever,
people, yeah.
they the ones that direct the planes, um right, they all had a sick coat because they apparently there are as they said in the article, or people that are speaking about it, they are complaining of being burnt out, overworked, sick, whatever, because they have to work overtime shifts, and like there's not that many of people working in the profession to give enough breaks that they need, and so on and so forth. And when you're dealing with people, when you're dealing with an airplane, or you're something as serious as bringing people into the country via an airplane, well, you have to be alert,
Correct.
because one little mistake can cause not just one, but whatever amount of passengers and the pilot and the air hostess and whoever else is on that plane, it can cost everybody their lives. Mm-hmm. So again, it should be mandatory that workplaces prioritize you not only having sick days, not only having mental days, but also having some form of rest days. You know, and I think most workplaces actually allow you to have maybe 2 days off or something. And it also brings me to the importance for us as Adventists, Seventh-day Adventists, of the importance of rest for us as well as 7-day Adventists taking the Sabbath off. I don't think even growing up, I don't think I really appreciated the Sabbath as I do now that I am working and going to school. Because even going for me, whether it's going in terms of physically at my job or mentally with my brain working, where you're doing schoolwork or whatever, it is so important to take that break where you do absolutely nothing. And that's what the Sabbath is for me, where I do absolutely nothing. I put down my work physically, I put down my schoolwork, and I just focus on family time. I focus on God. I focus on, whatever else, build the relationships I have around me, because it's important also to take these rest moments to build time with your family, make memories, have fun, whatever. So, I don't think that the Sabbath for me was integral until now at this point, because I can see the difference that it has been making in my life. And I have been talking to my co-worker about it, and I was telling her, like, I told her, from Friday sunset to Saturday sunset, we don't do any work, etc., etc. And it just causes you to just shut down in a way and just be calm and just, you know take a moment, take a breathe.
Woosah.
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 Yeah, pretty much. You can continue.
Um, yeah, I have to agree with Shanita, especially as we had gotten older, even through secondary school, tertiary school, and even college, um, you you started to really tell yourself, thank you, God, for the Sabbath. Because it's like there's no assignments or whatever. I mean, yes, in the back of your head, you're still thinking, and you'll be like, oh my goodness, I got my work to do, blah, 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 blah. But then I say to myself, you know what? The same God that got me into college and secondary school and tertiary school, He's going to sustain me and I'm going to pass with good grades. I even remembered times where I had courses on the Sabbath. Well, coming school now up here, well, I was going to George Brown College, and there were 2 courses that I had on Sabbath. And let me tell you something. I never attended the classes, but I got high grades in them, and those were my highest grades actually to the other courses. And I just say, like, God is truly amazing, and the tutors were very understanding as well. They do know that there is a day of rest, and they have to respect that. That would come under discrimination if they did not allow me to not have my Sabbaths off. But I thank God for the Sabbath. I thank God that we're able to go to church, to fellowship. And I mean, sometimes too, church could be a burden as well, in terms of sometimes having so many positions in the church. So what I would say to that is, because you still don't want that you feel burnout at church on the Sabbath too. But what I would say is that you need to pick what you know you can handle and stuff like that. You wanted to say something?
Yeah. So I agree with what Tony saying. She's going a bit off topic a
Oh.
bit, but it is important too what she's saying, even in terms of church as well. Because remember, it's all about rest, and yes, you should still get involved and stuff. But with our topic being on rest, um, yeah, it's important to make sure you're not overworked even at church as well. Because there's some people who want to have every single position in church that they can, and then they end up feeling overwhelmed, and they don't want to admit that they're overwhelmed because they've bit off more than they can actually chew. So sometimes you just have to take a moment, but that, I guess that could be another topic for another day. But you just have to take a moment to just breathe. And yeah, and that's why I appreciate having that time that I can actually rest. That designated time that I can actually rest. It forces you to put down everything.
True.
And just chillax.
Just rest.
So, yeah, that's basically what I have to say on that topic. And I don't know if you have anything else to add.
I don't have anything else to add.
Right. So, yeah, I just think it's a very important topic actually, because when I look at the world, especially when you live somewhere like in where we live in Toronto, and it's just go 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 go. I find the Caribbean is just more so chill and relaxed. Just the atmosphere in the Caribbean altogether is just more of a, like a wave, just flowing. But in these bigger countries, how we say the bigger countries or whatever,
First world
they're
country.
there's you're always on the go. You're always on the go. You're always on the go. Rain, snow, whatever weather, you're always on the go. So
And in the Caribbean, little rainfall, that's a rest day too.
so yeah.
But
Thank you for watching.
yes, leave us a comment. Let us know how you feel about rest, and continue to like,
Share.
and subscribe. Until next time,
Bye
bye.
bye.